Okay, I thought it would be nice to go over a few concepts that we introduced at last year's March. Last year, we discussed two main concepts. The first concept was that disabled people do not need or want your sympathy or charity. We gather here today as a diverse collective of disabled people, along with their allies, to proudly march, not in search of sympathy or a cure, but in respect for ourselves as complete beings. For centuries, we have been told that our very bodies and minds were flawed, and that we are somehow to blame for those flaws. How long will society keep telling us that we are the problem? Why is it that disabled people are portrayed as being in perpetual need of repair, charity, or incarceration, just to name a few? We are continually bombarded by these ideas on television, in movies, books, music, and even on YouTube. Which takes us to our second concept, which is that the Toronto Disability Pride March is not a parade. What do I mean by this? While it is true that we have a wonderful opportunity to meet new friends and allies and to have some fun afterwards, we gather here in solidarity in this space to collectively resist those harmful and false representations of disability we find surrounding us in this society. Once a year we gather here, not to have a parade, but to resist the persistent and false notion that disabled people are somehow evil, bad, or in some way in need of repair. And in the case of psychiatric survivors, who are also people of color, this can even mean incarceration or even death. There is a lot at stake being a disabled person in this society. So when we say we are not a parade, we mean that there is a profound seriousness to disability and disabling social environments that must be recognized and acknowledged. Being disabled or mad in this society means that you are at risk of living in poverty as well as early mortality. Not because you have an impairment, but because you are disabled by society. But what can we do about this? How can we change things right here in Toronto to improve the lives of disabled people, to improve our own lives? Well, fortunately for us, right here today, we have a large group of disabled people and their allies who can make a real difference. This group, right here, can make a change. Our strength lies within our own unique experiences of disability. If we can get together, even though we have different experiences of disability and being disabled, we can pool our activist intentions together to make substantial changes in Toronto. Working together to enhance the lives of all disabled people, disabled Torontonians, is a worthwhile goal. This is what we refer to as local cross-disability solidarity. And TDPM, which is Toronto Disability Pride March, TDPM believes that working together in disability coalitions is an effective way to make use of our collective and untapped desire to make a positive societal change. But it's easy for me to talk like this, isn't it? For the past 5 years, TDPM hasn't really done anything aside from this march to make any substantive changes. So instead of me spouting off idealistic rhetoric, TDPM has decided to engage in something new. There is an issue in Toronto, one of many, that needs to be addressed. This issue has consistently interfered with the organizing and participation of disabled people in this and all past marches, and therefore is a good place for TDPM to begin. Some of you may be familiar with the wheelchair repair industry. Without going into great detail, I can tell you that TDPM has decided to begin a pilot project that will explore covert policies and practices of wheelchair repair companies in the GTA. What I can tell you now is that we will begin discussions with disabled people on this issue by this time next year. There will be two major differences in this participatory research project. Firstly, in addition to consulting with people who use mobility devices, we will also ensure the participation of disabled people who might not use mobility devices, whatever their experience of disability may be. Allies may be included, but decisions are made by disabled people. TDPM believes in including diverse members of the disabled community in working on solutions. This approach is believed to be an effective way to help educate each other about cross-disability issues. The second major difference is that it will be carried out through the resources and skills of the members of TDPM. This means that we will draw upon the skills of disabled people to construct and carry out the project. This also means that we have no budget, and that we're doing this with our own time and money. With that in mind, I encourage those of us who can help out financially to do so by sending us an email to the email address found on our website, or send a personal message to our Facebook page. With that in mind, we hope you'll get involved with this project. We'll have more on this endeavor in the weeks and months to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have more homework now, so please send those emails and support in every way you can. One little note, you may see some folks are having a bandana, an arm. These are the marshals. Can you please raise your hands?